Not like that. Fill this part of it out. Which it could, lead for big gains if you could get some kind of symmetrical, or the ascending support on that ascending support line. And it's very interesting because until you break it, this has held since 2020. But like we talked about, now it looks great like that, right? Because you can say, hey, we got this ascending support. But when you actually fill the pattern out, as we're going to do now, because now we get an understanding of how the pattern got to where it was at. And I think that I like doing it like that. Because now you can see, eventually here, we could run into a very big problem. Assuming that this court case gets dragged out, you're starting some kind of descending, a huge descending triangle here. And God knows nobody in the XRP community's heart can handle that. Most of them would not even have any money left. If we had to go through a bear market for 3 years to 2025, and that pattern plays out in the longer time frame, how many people do you think would survive this pattern? If they had to wait till 2028, if not further? Because something's got to break this. Something's got to break that formation. This started in 2017. Something's got to break it. We have support down here in 17. Resistance in 18. Support in 20. The only thing that really happened, you can say whatever you want about this uptrend. The only thing that happened is we came all the way up here and hit resistance for a second time to confirm the pattern in 2021. Now we're working our way back down. That's it. All this is semantics and me making it look fancy. That's just me having talking points because I'm smart. That really are irrelevant, though, because the pattern started in 17, not 20. Catch my drift? It didn't start in 20, this pattern. It started 3 years earlier. So this short-term pattern is going to lose out to the longer-term pattern that's already being precedent. It's already set its precedent. So, got a lot of problems, guys. Got a lot of problems. Okay. So news, it depends what kind of news we're talking. FUD does very little in a bear market. But if the Fed comes out and we're expecting, okay, well, Tom, you kept saying we're going to get 50 basis points or 75. And what happens? The Fed comes out and says 25. That would significantly alter what would happen in the month of June. And we would probably have a small pump of about 20 to 30% of all crypto and assets and other categories that are risk. Because they're not being as hawkish as they should. So people are going to try to get a quick run. They'd sell out of gold and silver and all this other crap would happen. But eventually people will be smart enough. But yeah, I mean, that's XRP right there. Jurgen, with the 11 bits, I appreciate that. And One Fishin' Magician, ooh, I like that. One Fishin' Magician. You're follower number 329 here on Twitch. Make sure you check the homepage. Twitch homepage. Join me on YouTube. Join the more than 10,500, almost 10,600 subscribers now over on YouTube. So that was XRP. Tracy, Jam Up Tracy, welcome in. Now, Noah, welcome. Who else did I see in here? Dan V. Dan, welcome in. And Wigbuster, Choppa, welcome in. Some family in here. Wig, continue prayers for you and the wife. Okay, what does this say? I've heard more than once, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Yep. That's what I've said. That's what I say. I'll tell you what's going to happen with their predictive programming just based on the charts because they always say something. That's when Elon Musk always gets a DOGE pump. He'll get a little extra pump, but it's always in a spot where it's supposed to pump when he says something. Who just said something? Why for Lord, welcome. Okay, so this is with DGB. What the hell was that? Watch 1776. Damn it. Why did that go across so quick? I hate how it does that. Guys, how was I supposed to read that? Let's see. I don't know how I was supposed to read it. Hey, Mr. Crothers, I really appreciate that. Nathan, I just did a nice 15-minute thing on XRP. Literally. I'll recap it in a sec. But this is DGB. There's no reason to sugarcoat DGB. It's in a clear descending triangle. For anybody who's a fan of DGB, just tread cautiously because we're nowhere near the bottom yet. At the current price. Now, it very well might end up that 00861 or just below it at 806 could end up being the bottom. And we have a substantial jump back up to 2 cents. Which I hope to God it plays this descending triangle up. Because when we get down here, this will be like 33 cent area roughly for XRP. So as long as we hold these areas, I expect to be buying in if we can hold these descending supports. And the reason why is because you'll at least come up to the 20-day and get rejected if you hold it. That's going to be a substantial gain for us. That's going to be my first time I take a chance. Because it's on the double bottom. Or it's hitting that pattern support. Very important. Either double bottom or pattern support's a great entry time. But if you don't have the actual pattern support and you just have like support lines drawn in every couple cents, and that's, you got to find the proper one though. That's why I don't have it leveled out all across my screen. The only thing that matters is this descending support right here. If you can hit it perfectly, that's where you would buy it and try to take a chance back up to way up. Or just when the 20-day would come down and meet it and then get rejected and get the hell out. But those are the ones where you get 30 to 100% gains. Those are the ones that are worth it to me. Or even 200-300% gains. What is all this? Jurgen, thanks for the 310 bits. Very generous. And H-Day than you with the 300 bits. Holy schmagolies. So that's DGB. XLM. That's the... That's what we were talking about yesterday, right? But we're breaking this down, guys. I'm deleting all of this. And I'm going to show you, just like I did with XRP, a big problem that's emerging right now with DGB. But you guys can already see, I've already got the pattern projected out where I think it's going to go, the reasons why, and I even had this inside out part of the pattern where it was going to play, held it as support, and that's why I can't delete this yet, though, because it's doing exactly what we talked about. And the pattern's almost filled out now, so why would I delete it now? But I can also, I wanted to show everybody this before, I just never had the heart to show it. But just like XRP, this is turning into a real fucked up part of this little pattern, isn't it? Ah, shit. Because when it hit this back end, now it's kind of hit a wall on both sides. Like, what's going to play out? Like, these are always scary. Because I know what's going to play out. This has a long ways to come down. A long ways to come down. 2 cents looks like where it wants to come down. But that's that quick downtrending support. You haven't established a support yet at all. Besides when it comes to that line. So I would love to think that it's never going to come back down there again. But how do we know? How do we know? How do we know this isn't a big head and shoulders pattern? And it just doesn't come down here and restart the pattern at like 004. I would be so happy. I would be so... Holy fuck, you guys spoil me. That is a crazy donation. That was a crazy donation. I'll acknowledge it in a second, but that was crazy. I'm going to act like that didn't happen for a second. That was a massive donation. But what if something like this could happen? Wow, that was a big one. Mass Spaghetti with 10,000 bits. Wow. I appreciate that. That is crazy sauce. And we have a hype train started. Wow. I appreciate that, Mass. So, guys, yes or no? Can you see something like that happening if it were to break my bottom on XLM? And my bottom is that yellow drawn in right there. But that's what I'm saying. We don't have any support, guys. Oh, Kyle! No wonder. It makes so much more sense now that I know who it is. Storm with 1,000 bits. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Percentages-wise, we get a really nice relief rally at Bitcoin 21K or doing. Yeah, I think there's a real strong possibility we're going to get a huge rally at some point. If we were to have a drop, I could see something like this and then coming all the way back up to back test this broken pattern. And then it didn't hold a W. That's where you could get the real damage. But I could also see it coming down, creating a big W out of here at some point. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're getting to parts of the pattern, but we have to realize we've never established a new support anywhere. Every time we hit a support, we fall through. And that's what I'm trying to show with this extension we're at right now. This extension we're at right now is so critical for XLM. I mean, it's absolutely imperative we don't fail this and come down to my support right here, because that's the double bottom support. And if you break that, then you have to come back down to the downtrend, because that's your only established pattern. We also have, with XDC, one that you should pay a lot more attention to, because we're coming into an area where if we can hold this spot that I keep predicting of 022, we can have a huge relief rally with XDC. And until it breaks this massive ascending triangle, this is one of the more bullish ones out of anyone we can look at, to be honest with you. That's just me being honest with everybody. So we have a very interesting pattern here as well, and this one's been going crazy. What did you say? If the Mavs cover tonight, I'll get you again. Well, I mean, what are the Mavs down 3-zip tonight? They're down 3-0, right? So you'd figure they're going to catch one. I don't see Luka Doncic going out in 4, but what do I know? Oh, it's 3-1 now. There you go. Oh, well, maybe they won't cover tonight. Who knows? What's the spread tonight? Let's see what our odds are. Hey, Storm Patrol, giving out 2 gift subs. You gifted a total of 4 subs in the channel now. Holy shit. Sub to OJG15 and Bad Grandpa 944 both get gifted the subs. I bet you they're very happy. Thank you so much, Storm Patrol. That's mighty generous of you. We've had some unbelievable support here tonight, as we always do, but I mean, when I look at the screen, it's like, holy crap, are you guys like... It makes me proud. It makes me proud. If you guys only knew. Ethereum. We're redoing Ethereum, guys, and I keep saying I want to. We just haven't finished this technical target, either of them. But I'm going to draw out the farther part of the pattern. We're just going to get rid of these supports, because we have the descending pattern out here, so... But that's what it's looking like. And once we break that, Ethereum's got a long ways to come down. It's either coming to 1362, or it's going to come to this one at 823, or it's going to come back down to here and retest this finally at 313. Which one's it going to be? It could even be worse. It's just, we can't really do anything with this pattern. It broke out so quickly that it has to come down. And to me, I know there's one guaranteed spot. Derek. Oh, Derek. It's always gearing up. I love Derek, but it's always gearing up. What was that? Hype train complete at level 5. Your community contributed a total of 2 sub gifts and 11,610 bits. Holy shimo. Holy shit. Well, I thank you, everybody who contributed. And, again, Mass Spaghetti for those 10,000 bits. That was incredibly generous. And Storm Patrol, to follow it up with another 1,000. That was the icing on the cake right there, my friend. No part is too small. No part is too big. So, what did you say? That's awesome. I love hearing people think it's over. The more who stay out of it, the better. Especially if they're rich. Heck yeah, see, heck, and like, we haven't got this big capitulation, and everybody's like, oh, capitulation. It's a real thing. Look what happened to Luna. And now Luna is Lunk. So now it's Lunk. I mean, fuck. The next Fed meeting's in June. It's just, what, about 10 days away now? I believe. Something like that. I know it's in June. I'm just not exactly sure the exact date because they always flubber it up. So let's see. We did that. Let's do a little bit of Matic real quick. I mean, we've already got all these figured out, guys. We've already got all these figured out. So with Matic, there's no point in me redoing this because this is as accurate as we can be right now. 100%. What was that? HJ, then you subscribe with Prime for month number 2. HJ, then you should have a... I think you'll have a T-Fam... Or, I mean, a Tom's Army badge next to you now? I don't know yet. I don't know, though. Because I think month 2 you get... Yeah, you do, because Super Fat Monk's got the Tom's Army badge next to his name. That's the month 2 badge. How awesome is that? Or the inaugural one on my YouTube page. But yeah. So, guys, do you have any questions about Matic, or is it pretty self-explanatory that we're waiting to come down here? After this double bottom break of 47.7, we would come down here to that 35.4, but what we really want to hit is down here at 31.6, and then we might have a chance to at least back test 35, but to make a run up here. But this is so on the money for Matic that we really need to at least hit this uptrend. So that's what we're looking at. We have this descending triangle that formed here, so that's what we're really watching. Whoops. That's what we're really watching there. Algo, this rising channel broke. Now we're back testing this descending triangle that broke out of here, but we're redoing this one. This is a good one that we can redo. Because, can you guys, what would you guys consider that just broke on Algo? Even though if we're being conservative on Algo, it technically we don't have to say it was busted just yet. Man, this looks ugly, though. In all reality, though, it's ugly. But, I mean, technically it came up to its uptrend, finally. It actually came up to its uptrend, so... But I'm going to go back in just a sec. I just wanted to see something in comparison. Somebody asked something about Algo. Because Algo is going to have to break a very violent downtrend. Something like that. So you can see how it's in an ascending triangle. The ascending support too. So that breaks, and that's where you get that. Oh my God, we have to come all the way back down. Because that would be a big W drop. And it would come down to about 10.4. That's not a joke. Mark that on your papers, ladies and gentlemen. Algo could be destined for 10 cents. If it breaks this uptrending support, Algo will be destined for 10 cents. It's a disaster if it does. I'm begging for it. I'm begging for it. Every step of the way, I'm begging for it. Come on, Algo. Give me as cheap as you possibly can. Can you imagine 10,000 Algo for $1,000? SHX. I read that. I could see that. I'll put it on here so I don't forget. Alright, where was I at? Shiba. Shiba. Remember when I said Shiba was going to be one of the ones that rock everybody the most because everybody had the Robinhood listing on their mind? And what happened? The Robinhood listing backfired on everybody. And now we're going to have this event cross, and people are really going to lose their shit. We haven't even really done anything. The 20 hasn't crossed to 50 yet. The real fireworks happen right when this cross is here, and that's going to happen this Sunday, probably. As long as we don't have a big pull up here at the end of the week. And then it's going to pull us down to the uptrend at like 6 something. 677. Woo! That's going to be a bad drop. I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a drop this next one's going to be. Because it looks like it's almost there. It's not. That's almost 38%. Woo. But, I mean, we can keep doing this all day and keep going through them and, you know. But, You know, I'm just trying to give you an overall market structure, but you guys can all see what's going on. And I don't have this one on here, so we're just going to do this real quick. It's on a, this is so easy. This one's so easy. This isn't such a descending triangle. It's disturbing. That's not right. It's close. That's better. I mean, that's the pattern you're looking at right now. It's not even close to being done. I mean, if we're looking to see can we make a play anywhere on here, we're below the 20-day, so not right now. Right now, it's giving it away right now. And there is a chance that you're going to come all the way back down the consolidation area. So, yeah, this is dangerous. I wouldn't touch this right now at all, but I would definitely draw on that pattern. I would definitely draw on that pattern if you're looking at stronghold, because that's exactly what we're in the formation. I mean, we're still in the falling channel on Quant. Quant's got a long ways to go. When it breaks that falling channel, I'm anticipating it to come to that 22.52. We just got to wait for it to break. That's all. And it's been very resilient. Very resilient. So, you got to admire Quant for being resilient like that. Easy does it. This is all about market setup. Like, I'm not going to... HBAR, we talked about this yesterday. We broke this uptrend. Remember, guys, with HBAR. HBAR, we broke the uptrend here. Let me show you real quick the farther out. We have a falling channel, but we finally broke the uptrend to validate this falling channel. Now we're back testing the uptrend on HBAR. We're about to cross the 100 in the weekly. We've already had the 20 cross 50 and almost 100 now. So there's a lot of very, very negative stuff going on with HBAR. We also have a weekly bearish cross. And we have the weekly bearish engulfing candle. That's already outdone the last weekly. So this is going to have some kind of nice move down, likely before Sunday, when the flip of the weekly happens again. But at this point, it's going to be another engulfing candle, and it'll make its way down here eventually. We're going to hunt this low out. So anticipate a 4-6 minimum, but you really want to tap this downtrending resistance to prove that we're not going to break through it. If we break through it, then you can come all the way down, and that's what I want. I want that 0094. I'll be doing tap dancing all the way to the bank. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So, let's have a little shoot the shit moment here because I need to take a breath. I've been doing 34 minutes straight without stopping and just one after the other, and, you know, that can get a little, I mean, we've covered so many, I can't even believe it. Actually, we got to do DOGE real quick. DOGE? God, that's getting so complicated, but what else can we really do? Here, let me clean this up. I can clean this up. But everybody's still tuning in. I really appreciate you tuning in. I believe we overachieve here all the time. So, that's what I believe we've been looking at with DOGE. And then, this is how you get this part of it. Whoops. HJ than you. Thanks for the 1,000 bits. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Every time I see somebody send a bid or something, it always catches me off guard. I'd literally come here for an hour and I did so many episodes without all that, and it's still crazy to think I have all this support here. It's unbelievable. When the bear starts to become a bull, how much time could we have to prepare and buy at some of these lower price levels? We're going to have some time. This isn't just going to be a quick turnaround, unfortunately. It's going to take some time for the legislation and all this other good stuff. Sean, THETA. I see that. I can do THETA. But that's what we're looking at with those. Search for crypto. Thanks for following. Your follower number 330. Assuming you don't know that I'm on YouTube and you're not somebody from YouTube and you found me here on Twitch. Make sure to check my Twitch homepage. Click my YouTube link and follow me on YouTube. The more than 10,500 subscribers. So that's Doge, and I have THETA up here as well. We're still in this very heavy falling channel. We've had a 20 cross the 50 and the 100. We're hunting the 200 now, and we had the breakdown. We're trying to break this channel so that we can come back down here to the bottom. And it's actually a very brutal pattern where it ends up. That 3 cents. Sean, remember when we talked a long time ago and we had these absurd numbers if we ever broke down? That would be the absurd number. But do you remember when we were way up here and everybody thought we were crazy, or I was crazy that I was calling sub-dollar? I called this a while ago that THETA was going to have a huge collapse. Everything. But the ones I don't know if it can get to 3 cents though, that's the thing. Do we really think THETA is going to go all the way down there? I think it's more likely that THETA is going to try to come out of here like a hero and try to say, oh, we're going to try to establish like an uptrend somewhere around there. I could see that more than likely could be a spot like 45 cents. Might be what it's trying to do, and then it can hold that and be like, oh, well, we just overachieved on a cup and handle, and we actually put in a successful hand, something to that effect. But it's going to be tricky. Going to be tricky. Hate Casper we've been down on the money with as well. Casper's just falling off the fucking map. Right off the map. It's still holding that downtrending support that I had before, but that's not the... I think we could even pull it out farther now because now you can actually see what's going on. We don't have to guess. When I was doing this before, we had to guess on the pattern. We don't have to anymore because the drop happened. That's the pattern. You don't have to guess. It's a bear pennant. And once it breaks that low support, it's going to be in discovery to the bottom side, and that's a bad. How many of you like discovery when it's to the top side because you can make a lot of money? To the bottom side, when you have downside discovery, that's when you can have price action that never comes back to these areas again. If you go into discovery past the lowest of lows. That means there is no bottom support. That means every single person who was in is now at a loss. Every single... Put that in perspective. If that breaks 3 cents, that means no matter where you bought this, or 291, if you see it down below 29, that means no matter where you bought Casper, you would be negative, no matter where. And if that happens, that means the stock's underwater and you are in some trouble. A lot of trouble. XRP. This is what we've been coming up with, guys, and we're drawing this in as we go. Like, we've had the 1 point of rejection, the 2nd point of rejection, the 1 hold of support, 2nd hold of support. That's the only relevant points here. We've confirmed this pattern already a long time ago. Bam, 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 bam. Now what are we doing? Are we just going to fill it in? Are we going to drop? Are we going to go like this? Are we going to bust out, bounce out? We're going to break down, back test, and bam, which is what I hope. Or are we just using this unbelievably long pattern now? I can't help that this pattern started in 2017, nor can you. We can only embrace the pattern. Art, no, no, no. XRP is not going to zero. XRP is actually going to make a lot of people a lot of money. Ooh, BNB. This is the last one I'm going to look up because I'm going to go to gold and silver and all that next. Lexi likes food. What's going on, love? Welcome in. It's always good to see you in here. You're in here more than Emerson. Small joke. Can I say that? Must mean I'm doing something right. BNB hanging out at $305. BNB's going to have a long ways to come down. I can already see the pain that people are going to be in on BNB. No, I'm kidding. It's not going to go that bad. I promise. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Well, you better get on them and tell them to get that damn Twitch. This is gonna have the epic fall of all epic falls. Of all epic falls. I'm telling you, this one is setting up for a perfect topping reversal. It's tailor-made. Woo! Nice head. Even if we had to pop up a little bit more, but eventually we're not gonna like the outcome of this. Yes, sir, Wigbuster. Yes, sir. Eventually. Yeah, I see the Batman too, big time. Even if it popped up, you're going to get a Batman. And it might not even be able to pop up anymore, because didn't we just get what we were, it's the death cross, basically, in the weekly. We're about to have the death cross. No, it already happened. No, it didn't. It's about to have the death cross in the weekly. It's just now, before that happens, sometimes you kind of get an impulse move. It just, I don't know about it. It doesn't have very much volume. So, I would just be paying attention to that uptrend. But, if you want to just see the pattern, that's the pattern. So, we still have a little bit more to play out. Unless it breaks out, or it breaks the uptrending support. And then I want to do gold real quick. So gold was up 62 cents on the day to 1850. What is it? 66 per ounce. We've got silver was down 0.09% to 21.97 an ounce. We have the U.S. 10-year was down 0.33% to $2.742%. And then we had PBR up 1.72%. We had crude oil down 0.47% to 112.64. The U.S. dollar currency index is at 101.68 now. So it's finally starting to break down a tiny bit, but not out of the area of concern. We have to break this 20-day before we start actually cracking this U.S. dollar currency index. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're not quite done pumping this thing up. So we're going to see what happens in the long term. But anyhow, I digress. So gold, just to give you an update, that's the pattern we're in with gold. It's a, if you guys were in here yesterday, it was spectacular because this pattern and the uptrend started all the way back in 1969. So we've had confirmations in multiple spots. This pattern actually comes all the way back here, but we took this part off so that it would be easier for everybody to see. But this pattern actually plays through like this. So it's been going on for a very long time, and we broke it into a smaller ascending triangle just because there's no reason to only look at the 60-year pattern or 70-year pattern. We've got to see what's going on in the shorter time frame as well. And right now in the 30-minute, in the 20-day, that's what we're looking at with gold. And it looks like a topping pattern. We failed this cup and handle, it looks like, but we did put in a W, but a triple top within the W. So this very well could pull itself back down. And when you look at it in the shorter time frames, you can see it's a downtrending style, but then it pulled out into an ascending triangle in this area over here. So gold has to pull out of here and break this old resistance up here and try to pull back this cup and handle up at 1891. Otherwise, we've got some more damage to go in gold, which is great. I love buying cheaper gold and silver, although I don't buy gold anymore right now because the differential in silver is so great that it behooves me to buy gold. And then with silver, got the sideways consolidation. Hasn't been a lot of buyers stepping in. We broke this uptrend by the continued sideways consolidation, which sometimes can break the pattern. We have a W reversal forming, but unfortunately it looks like we're running out of steam here. And we could come back down and hit that symmetrical support. So That's what we're looking at for silver. And if you bring it out a little bit wider, you can see what I'm talking about, because we're in an ascending triangle, but there's a lot of gap to be filled here either side. So it's a long road here, ladies and gentlemen, with the gold and silver charts. A very long, long road. I have a lot of things that you need to keep your eyes on, and when it's the exact time to buy, we'll go more into like Fortuna Silver Mines, which I've been covering this for a long time, and eventually this sucker's going to break out. And it does. It has its moments. But eventually it's really going to break out, and it's going to be one of these crazy, crazy rated ones. But as of right now, this pattern is still so... It's just it's a fuck fest. It's a fuck fest right now. So, I wouldn't get involved just yet. Well, you can layer in, but I wouldn't get involved just yet. Not with Fortuna. We're trying to... The thing we're trying to see is if that's an established uptrend. That's it. That's all I'm trying to see, and that's what a lot of people are trying to see that are interested in Fortuna. Because if it is, then the odds of getting anything cheaper back below $1 again will never happen. If this is the uptrend. So, hey, no problem, CW. Have a good night, my friend. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to have you in here. But we have 13 minutes, so I want to cover a little bit more into XRP, what we were talking about. Because if we break this down into the 30-minute now, because it's one thing to break it down into longer time frames, but we've got in the immediate short term, and this is if we're ever going to have any hope of trying to come back, right, and compete with the, oh, I'm trying to read all that as well. We're going to try to contend with this drop point high, right? But we got to break out of this to even have a chance, and it doesn't look great, guys. Like, it doesn't look great, guys and gals. It really doesn't. Not to me. Joe, ass grabbing in dirt. How's it going? It's funny that you said XRP and I went right to XRP, but I didn't see you even said XRP. Huh. Yeah, CW. Yeah. We're going to be on XRP probably the last 10 to 12 minutes. I just tried to fit a nice bundle in, but I'm going to be focusing a lot more as well on XRP when we're doing these Twitches, just so we can stay on the same page. Lexi, I too am waiting to buy a ton of XRP, but... You know, when I say a ton, because I'm going to have so many different ISO coins, I focus on 10,000 of each. A lot of people don't think it's not $10,000 in each. 10,000 shares of each. Depending on how cheap it is. Because with DGB, I might have to buy 100,000. Yes, sir. So, when you break it out on the 4-hour time frame, it is lining up to... It's on the bottom side of the 20-day in every time frame. No matter if it's the smaller time frames, longer time frames. It doesn't really matter what you do. XRP's just stuck. And we're in a pattern where it's telling us we have to come down farther. I can't help that. We have to come down farther. I mean, we can sit around here, and I hope it doesn't do this, because so many people are going to get trapped if it takes this route and fills this out, because they're going to think it's destined for up here, but really it's just destined to come here. I hope it doesn't take either of those other two routes. If it takes the up route, a lot of people are going to get liquidated along the way. I highly doubt it's going to take that route, but until it takes this out, it's always a possibility. Until it takes out that uptrending support, it is always a possibility that one way or another, it could break itself down. And your big indicator with that is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks this massive uptrend, which it already broke the short, the long-term uptrend from way back here. We already know that. But a newly established uptrend from right here in 2015 could explain what's going on right now. Or it could just be someone's wishful thinking that wants it to stay up, and that's what they're using. But we are stuck in a lot right here with Bitcoin. It's in a very heavily supported area. And until it breaks this support, we can't hit this technical target. So the first target here that we're clearly looking for with Bitcoin is 25,565. Clearly, that's the one we're looking for. But obviously, if it doesn't hold that with this sideways consolidation, it would match up perfect with the drop down here. It really would. And on both sides, though, that's enough sideways consolidation to get you back up here if it were to break up. That's why we're being very cautious. Very cautious. Yep, they hold 19 billion Bitcoin, and once they start doing the quantitative easing, tightening, which starts in June for the first time, guess what the first thing they're going to sell? The risk assets. They're going to take their money back from Bitcoin, I guarantee that. It's going to be one of them, and that's going to really dump the market, Wig. I agree 100%. 100%. So that's why we have to pay attention to Bitcoin so much when it comes to the ISO coins, especially XRP, XLM, XDC, ALGO, IOTA, SHIB, DOGE, ADA, Quant, just those ones in particular. But Bitcoin does roll the whole market, but I'm saying at some point we're going to decouple Bitcoin, and it's not going to be an issue for the ISO coins. There are... No, not 19 billion. $19 billion in Bitcoin is what I meant. Not 19 billion Bitcoin. Yeah, $19 billion worth. I was reading that. I'm like, wait a minute, not 19 billion. Hey, Gummy. Thanks for the 9 bits. I appreciate that. Much love. Let's see. I wonder if I could get it on here easier. Hold on one sec. Let me see something. So, I'm going to see if I can get the exact number for you. It'll be easier for me to do it on my phone so it doesn't go back and forth on the screen. So, BTC circulate. No, the maximum supply is capped at 21 million due to a feature built into Bitcoin's code. Once the number of coins is circulated reaches 21 million. Yeah, I don't care. I want to know how many are in circulation. Almost 17 million are in circulation. So there's about 4 million Bitcoin left that are not in circulation. So they're allowed 21 million, and 17 million are in circulation. Oh, that sucks, American Zebra official. Everything. We're basically done. We've been on for 55 minutes. You missed us go everywhere from Quant all the way through XRP and back forever. Ethereum will. I have no doubt. Eventually Ethereum will meet its doom. But American Zebra, it's nice to see you in here. I mean, obviously we can talk now, guys. We're in the last 5 minutes. We've basically said everything we need to say. Oh yeah, you can see the YouTube replay. I'll post it right after once it downloads. For sure. I love doing the YouTube replay. I think it gives a lot of value. A lot of value. Because then everybody's forced to watch it. And I always make that, it's an hour and something each time I do this. So I implore everybody to watch it. So we got 5 minutes. So say something, forever hold your peace. Ooh, I'm Polkadot, Lexi. Let's see. Gummy, thanks for the 9 bits. Where the hell's my Polkadot? Ugh, my Polkadot's gone. I'm not taking requests right now, guys. Are you crazy? I like Polkadot, and I had it on here. I don't know what happened to it. Looks like I get to redraw it out for you, Lexi, so aren't you lucky? That's what you want to see if it can hold that, just in the immediate short term. But that's, really, that's, it's relevant, but it's really not. Because I'm actually going to do this, and I'm going to be, oh, I'm doing this. My chart, I'll do what I want. See? Beautiful. Beautiful. But if we break that, you know, then we got to come down here, so. $2.08. If that little setup that I just drew you breaks, that's where we're coming down to. Everybody coming in now. Gummy, thanks for the 9 more bits at 8:55. Saw you're late. What's up, XRP? Not a whole lot. Joe asked grabbing dirt when it hits 33 cents. Will it retest back up in 40 range? When it hits 33 cents, will it retest back up in the 40 range? I wish I could say in a definitive way yes or no. But that's what we're truly waiting for, to see if that 33.6 holds. If it holds, there's a very big possibility that we could backtest 40 cents and possibly 52 cents. Straight up. But we have to hold that double bottom support, and that doesn't seem very likely. I want it to, believe me, like I keep saying. There's nothing more I would rather have, for me personally, than this to hold this 33 cents in this area. And me know that at worst, it's going to have to come back up here and retest this. Or it could get hammered in here as well. Because then, this is the problem though. This is why you can't just say yes. Because when it comes in here, isn't this just a bear pennant that fills out now? It's just showing you it a little bit higher. So aren't we technically in a bear pennant, if we're being honest with ourselves? And if you just draw this all the way out, this is actually nothing more than we'll end up playing out as a bear pennant. Like, that's what scares the hell out of me. Is this not a bear pennant? If you just draw it out to the proper extent like that, that's a fucking bear pennant until it's not. And that's ugly. That's ugly. Can everybody see that, or am I making up an illusion here? But it's ugly. Search for crypto. Thanks for the 100 bits. I must have said the right. So you say that XRP will be the global currency? Well, there's a lot more than just XRP, but XRP is going to be a big part of it. But if it's an ISO coin, yeah. I mean, you've also got ALGO's going to do its part, IOTA. You're going to have Stellar, right? You're going to have XRP with Ripple. But you're also going to have XDC with FinTech, so it's not just a one-way street. But definitely XRP should be at, you know, it should be on everybody's portfolio big time. Reach for the sky. Alright. But yeah, guys, that's a good way for me to end it to you guys. Does that make sense to you right there at the end? Do you understand? And if that does play out as a bear pennant, you understand what that means. This would have to come down. The equal length of that flagpole. And that, my friends, is how you get those juicy, spectacular numbers of XRP. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And isn't it crazy that that bear pennant's forming on that uptrending support? Which tells me that it's not going to hold because it's a bear pennant. So the opposite of a bull flag is a bear flag. The opposite of a bull pennant is a bear pennant. And right now, we are doomed. XRP Future Millionaire. Hope to see you guys on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Twitch. Really love the support that we get here. I do appreciate it. And Gummy, thanks for the 9 bits on the way out. What does sub 11 cents look like? It looks like 10 cents or less. It's a 10 cents or off. No, there's a distinct possibility if you break 11 cents. I mean, it's a whole nother thing. That will start tomorrow's hour with What are the lows, assuming we break the 11 cents? I like that. That'll be a big part of the episode tomorrow. Stay blessed, everybody. Thank you, Luxie. See ya. Jurgen, no problem. No problem at all. Joe S. grabbing dirt. Have a good one. Gummy, have a good one. Thanks for those 9 bits on the way out. You have a good night, too. Search for crypto as well. Good night, Mr. Crothers, my main man from Maine. And Arizona Marine. What a way to stay blessed. Have a good night, everybody. Gummies, stay blessed. Mass Spaghetti, see you later.